Although the wait for Dead Rising 2 continues, Capcom is hoping that Dead Rising 2 Case Zero will tide you over while you wait to wail on the undead. Here, Chuck Green, the brand new protagonist, gets a downloadable debut available only on the Xbox 360. Case Zero acts as the prologue for Dead Rising 2. There's been a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, and the military's moving in to put the place and surrounding cities on lockdown. Chuck and his daughter have managed to get just outside of Sin City, but when they stop for gas in Still Creek, Chuck's truck gets stolen and the family's left to deal with the endless amounts of undead folks wandering the streets.
We're okay now, honey. They can't get in.
Dead Rising 2 Case Zero isn't going to win any awards for how it looks or how it runs. It's a downloadable title, and it definitely looks like it's struggling to keep up with its retail counterpart. Chuck's hair looks laughable in cutscenes, textures aren't so hot, and items literally phase in as you run around Still Creek. This download is a fetch quest at heart. You need to find these 5 parts of the motorcycle and get out of Dodge. You run out, grab an item, and run back to your safe house. The biggest problem for me is the load times and how often the game needs to load. Now, Still Creek is a tiny town, but there's a mandatory load when you go into or out of your home base. When you're running there to drop off a motorcycle tire or a gas can you just picked up next door, the load to get in, load to get out, load to get back in, load to get back out system cripples the pacing. Aside from that stuff, there are a lot of zombies on screen and the brutal kills are still here. You can cut ghouls in half, gamble in the casino, and run around trying on different outfits.
Nice.
Although it's incredibly limited, this is the Dead Rising universe and it feels like it. It's fun. Case Zero plays like the Dead Rising I know. As you run around picking up parts, you can also pick up any number of everyday items and use them to brutally kill the zombies you see. Everything from a chair to a broadsword. The game keeps track of how many zombies you've killed, and as you're knocking off these undead monsters, you're leveling up Chuck. His health bar is getting bigger, he can do more moves, and to a point these stats will carry over to Dead Rising 2. As you tear Still Creek apart looking for handlebars, you're going to run into survivors looking for help. You'll need to talk to them, help them out of a personal jam, and then escort them back to the safe house. This process works just like it did in the first game, but it seemed easier than ever. Capcom tossed some platforming into the mix this time around that challenges Chuck to jump from dumpsters to fire escapes and climb around building storefronts. It feels super clunky and looks dated. Plus, these moves are annoying to hit as the controls weren't designed for this type of movement. The jumping and grabbing stuff doesn't appear to have been touched since the first game, and that's a shame.
Well, ain't you a beauty?
Let's call a spade here. This is the demo for Dead Rising 2. Case Zero allows you to get your hands on the new weapons, the new combination system, and the new character. Capcom could have just released 20 minutes from the real game, but instead it whipped up a little sandbox for you to dive into, try the toys, and start customizing Chuck for the big show. That's commendable, but it doesn't mean this download's a must-buy. As it stands, with its weak visuals, loads, and fetching, life can get pretty lackluster in Dead Rising 2 Case Zero. Unless you're looking to get a head start on Chuck's experience points, there isn't much of a reason to visit Still Creek. For everything Dead Rising 2, check out IGN.com.